Wednesday practice, good, getting some guys back. Brandon Cooks is doing more. Steve Nelson is doing more. All the rest of the guys are getting better. Um, you know, Tennessee the first time around, I think it was a 7-point game, but they really got their running game going. They were tough, especially inside. On the defensive side of the football, we couldn't get a lot going. Whenever you play like that, especially in the division, you have to look forward to the second go-round. So we're excited about that. Good football team. They're playing for a lot. We're playing for a lot. To finish up the season, of course, with division games. Got a 3-game season with division games, and our players have continued to show up each week. We're expecting a better performance this week. Question?
When you look at the Titans and their quarterback situation, or your preparations, is it similar to last time where you kind of have to expect both quarterbacks and they've added Josh Dobbs as of this morning?
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Josh Dobbs, but you go in a game, and a team normally has 2 quarterbacks up. We know what to they're both of their skill sets, so you always kind of plan for that a little bit. But we can't chase too many ghosts, though. Their offense goes through their tailback, no matter who the quarterback will be. We understand it's going to be that type of football game, so that's how we're preparing.
You kind of touched on this earlier, but what is it like in these games where you know the other team so well and you face them so often?
Well, you like that because it's going to come down to execution, and that's normally the case, but it really comes down to that in division games because you do know each other so well. It's not like we've had a meeting yesterday introducing, the Titans to our team. I mean, they kind of knew all of the guys right away. They know the stats now because there's a history. We're so late into the season, and we know the history between us too. I mean, our players are all familiar with that, so that should just add even more motivation. But I just don't really think you need that, especially with division games.
How is your defense more equipped for this time around with Derrick Henry?
We're healthier. Did we have all our guys first time around? I'm asking, did we? Trying to think back. No is the answer. Malik Collins didn't play. So we had a few things like that. Christian Harris is older. Some of the younger players that were playing them, they played a lot more football right then. So we feel like we'll be healthier starting with that. And we didn't play our best ball last time. And we're playing better football right now.
Specific to Christian Harris, how is he different today than he was at that time?
Reps get you better. Play time, game time gets you better. Just being out there. It's hard to just put a player out there and expect them to play at a certain level early on. But the more they play, the better they get. And I think that'll be the case for not just Christian Harris, with all of our guys. We're kind of locked in now with who we're playing at all the positions. So, again, we think this will be as healthy as we've been going into a game, especially defensively, and hopefully that'll pay off. I think we've gotten better in all areas, and I think it just takes time. I know that's kind of a simple approach, but you have to let the guys play, and that's what we've done. And they've gotten better versus good competition. I understand what the win-loss record says, but we have an opportunity to win each week, and I don't think that could happen unless we're playing. I understand we got to score points on the offensive side, but we had to play better defense. And especially a game like this, we understand, we know what the temperature will be, we know what type of football game it'll be. It's going to take discipline, all 11 guys around the ball, and again, us playing our best defensive game of the year.
Obviously, you've coached places where it's really cold, so you know the challenges of that. But for a team that's not used to those conditions, are there things you could do to prepare them, or what do you tell them about that?
No, Chrissy, this is what I found from being up north. People say you get used to it. I never got used to it. Every day was cold. In Chicago, I was cold. but some things you have to do. But when it was cold to me, it was cold to everybody else too. My point a little bit, it's going to be cold for both teams. That's just a given. Like it could be a rainy day. Both have to deal with that. About 3 hours, we're going to see how mentally tough we are first. And I know what we have. I know how mentally tough our guys are. This is December football too, around Christmas time. This is what it's supposed to be like. So, again, you normally don't get a chance to. I can tell you, like I have like a top 5 coldest games I've been around. So this will add one to most of our players. They'll remember it.
Coach, given how you guys ended the last 2 games in the fourth quarter, going up into this week, has it been more so a point of emphasis on how to finish games? Like you guys
It's been that way on finishing. You know, we haven't been able to finish, but it's not like we haven't been trying to finish. There's been emphasis on it to play an entire football game, 60-plus minutes, and it's taken that. We've been in that situation a few times, but that's what we're trying to do. That's what the guys are going to show up and try to do again this week. That's what we're going to show up and try to do again this week.
Hey, Lovie, you talked a lot about how when you have the kind of games you had in the last 2 weeks, you can't wait to get back on the field. Is that the kind of energy that has been in the building?
Yeah, I definitely think so. Not I think so, I know so. That's what it is. I think that's why you see we're in the games. You know, we haven't beaten a couple really good football teams. But it's not like the guys quit at the end. No, we're playing hard. I think we've been playing as hard at the end as we have throughout the game. The energy in the building, they all showed up. We have injured players I'm talking about coming back. They're all trying to get back because, maybe it's just a little bit that we need to get over the hump. And maybe just some of the guys that have been injured, just a few of them playing may be the difference. That's what I'm seeing in the building, in the meetings, on the practice field with everything that we're doing. You said Tegan?
Yeah, versus
All right.
the scouting process to what he's done now that he's been healthy and played a lot of games.
We scouted him and brought him in wanting him to be a traditional wide tight end, a guy that could block in line, block the defensive ends, tackles, all of that, with being able to be a factor in the passing game. And I think that's what we've gotten. He is going to be an excellent blocker. But I think what we've gotten from him, what we've seen from him, being a pass catcher, has maybe even been a little bit more. And you just never know when a rookie comes in exactly what you're going to get. But like after he worked through the injuries, we talk Kristen Harris, a lot of those guys. They just think about miss all that time they miss. They're catching up right now, and they're playing their best ball right now. That's how it's supposed to be.
What signs of maturity, speaking of Harris, what signs of maturity do you look for in a linebacker like him, and are there things that come to mind for you about him? So
what do you mean maturity? This is what we're looking. This is what we're looking for with everybody. We're just looking for their overall play to get better. Keys, recognizing plays, being where you're supposed to be, zone coverage, man coverage, when you blitz, tackling, making plays in pass coverage. It's all of those things. Being a pro off of the field, meetings, not ever being late, early, staying late. It's all of the above. It's what all of our young players, not young players, it's what our football team has been doing. So you get a little bit better when you continue to do things like that. It's not, sometimes it didn't happen right away. And no one wants to hear it takes time, but it does take time, especially for rookies. It's hard for rookies to come in. Our game is bigger than that, and especially at some positions. Quarterback position, hard for a young guy to play. Linebacker, our linebackers have an awful lot. Linebacker defensively, linebacker and safety, where you have Jalen Petrie and you have Kristen Harris. Just they have improved so much throughout. Thank you.